Hello. Hello. What's wrong with caddies with woes? Hey? Hello. How are we all doing? Welcome back to part 2 of the Citadel of Chaos draw through. Oh yes. Let's pop over here and look at the good art that Miss drew that my computer didn't like for some reason, so I had to re-download it again. Hence the error sound. I would, given everything else that's happening here, you'd be forgiven for possibly missing arguably the most important part. This is our little flamey friend. Trying to join in, bit feisty. Feisty flamey friend. Yeah, so if you weren't here last week, this is going to take some explaining, isn't it? And we did! We did, miss. Thank you very much. Right, because the previous vote is still on screen. So I'll just go through what we did last time, just very briefly. We arrived at the Citadel, Beth, to assassinate the demi-sorcerer Balthus Dire before he could wage all-out war on the Vale of whatever it was. We got into a flexing match with now that was the dog ape, wasn't it? Not the ape dog. The ape dog is down here. That's the ape dog. This is the dog ape. Like a moth, your eyes were drawn to the fire, friend. A good thing to happen. I'll put it in the middle. Yeah.
My sons, attack the gates.
Thank you very much. So yes, there's a lot on the stream, isn't there? We flexed and we convinced them that we were, or Beth convinced them that she was a blacksmith come to repair the forge. Got lucky, guessed the name correctly, and now we're in a courtyard, having gone to apparently that side of the courtyard, even though they're here. Don't worry about it. We met some friends, sitting around a fire, got chatting, had a good time, and yeah, they told you the password to the gate to get into the tower itself. After that, we went off and found a couple of people arguing over the price of a dagger. Beth being a blacksmith, you know, she knows a thing or two about these sorts of things and recognised it to be a pretty darn good dagger. And he was selling it for 9 gold after the other guy stormed off and said, I'm not going to pay for that. He offered it to us, but we don't have any gold, so we passed him up for now, but he might be still there if you want to come back and grab it. And then we decided to try and go into the middle of the courtyard where there is a fountain-looking thing. And some arrows came out of nowhere, and a voice said, "Don't step any further." That was the voice, wasn't it? Yeah. And reverb. "Don't step any further." And shot some unspecified arrows, which turned out, as you can see from our inventory, to be iron-tipped. That's iron-tipped arrows. Which we then picked up, and by the looks of the vote on screen, thank you. I have been fiddling around with the text-to-speech thing. If it breaks, let me know. Hopefully it should be nicer now and I can add more stuff to it, but yeah. They are but humble unspecified arrows, who are now humble specified arrows. Indeed, they will remain humble. Yeah, and we have decided to go round...
Nondescript iron-tipped.
Nondescript iron-tipped, but still humble. Yes, you have decided apparently to take the arrows, which you have. They are in your inventory. You have 2 specified iron-tipped arrows. Humble, as always. I think you flex, and then you head to the other side of the courtyard, which is where we're going now. So hopefully we're all caught up.
My sons, attack the gates.
That's the "we're all caught up" noise, and we shall now continue onwards to the other side of the courtyard. Allow me to read from the book, which I have here. Definitely do. Okie dokie. Let's make sure I'm on the right page. Yeah, that looks about right. Okay. The next thing to happen As you creep around the wall on the other side of the courtyard, Beth hears a low moaning noise a few meters ahead. As she gets closer, she can make out the shape of a man on the ground, obviously in pain. He calls out for help. What do you want to do? That's it. An old man is in pain. Let me set up a vote. Boom. Anyway, how has everybody's weeks begun thus far? Oop, I'm gonna hit the microphone again. Sorry, I've got to move it. It's gonna make noises probably, sorry. Hopefully that wasn't too bad. Okay, and we need a brushy colour. Can I have a brushy colour, please? That'll do. No, that'll do. Yeah. Cannibalizing my past work. That seems... Oh, that's not the right thing, is it? That's better. You're good, just drawing more little guys. Yay! I saw you're drawing a top photograph drawing. Right. What are we doing? We have Beth creeping round again. I'm going to draw exactly the same thing I drew last time, but it's a warm-up. Why not? No, we wanted to go this way. Oh, apparently, Just Miss Art mentioned me in an Instagram post. Everybody go and follow Just Miss Art on Instagram. Shush. Oh, sorry. Everybody, ignore me. Don't go follow Just Miss Art on Instagram, who has just tagged me in a post that may or may not be related to the picture that I showed you at the beginning of the stream. Don't do that at all. I know you always listen to me and always do what I say. So, yeah, don't do that. Are there more specifics about the old man? He's on the floor, he's in pain. You're a bit far away at this point. You are in the shadow of the wall right now, from what little light there is from the sunset. So you can only just about make out that it's an old man, and that they're on the floor, and that they are writhing around in agony, or in distress at the very least. Okay, how do you draw Beth? There's an apron. Oh no, there's not boots. There, you have your steel toe-capped chainmail sandals. Of course you do. Oh, the music, as ever, I should point out, is brought to you courtesy of the marvelous Adrian von Ziegler, whose work you can find linked below. Or I actually remembered to put a link to his stuff. Because I'm nice like that. Only, you know. When did we start doing the original Forest of Doom one? So 6, 7 months ago? No, more than that. Like 8 months. There'll be 8 months. And a change of streaming platform to actually put a reference to it. But I got there in the end. I get there in the end. That's what I pride myself on. Exclamation mark ditto. As you vote for whatever the previous vote was. But I have now instituted that if you vote for ditto, exclamation mark vote ditto, that does the same thing. Because we had that trouble last time. And yeah, I fixed it. Because I'm nice like that. And because I own and made this bot. I didn't just pick it off the shelf. It's mine. It's time to remember how to draw Beth. Yay! This is full. First 10 minutes or so of the stream. Oh Lord, why did I draw that? Why did I design it like that? Who knows? I don't. I really do need to take an anatomy course. That would be great. That's absolutely not how cloth works. Yeah, that looks awful. Don't worry about it. Who's got to have the... Sure. Worse than last time. Also, there's holding onto a couple of iron-tipped arrows. Next character is Beholder. That should be easy, right? Yes. They're just floating around. Don't worry. Don't mind them. This over here, you see the silhouette of it. I know what that's supposed to look like. I know it doesn't look like anything. It's a blurry silhouette. Don't worry about it. It's not evil there if there aren't beholders about. What do we got? We have one vote for go and ask what's up, one for creep closer sticking to the shadows, one for hide fire friend and creep closer preparing to bash his head in if it's a trick. Wait, no, preparing to bash in his head it's a trick. No ifs about it, definitely is. And throw a rock at him. It seems like you're going to creep closer and be prepared. So, mandated evil lair guideline. Closer. You, come for up 5 rend again. And you move closer, and the book says... Blah, 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 blah. It says, you see an old man on the floor. That's what it is. I will draw the old man. He won't be a silhouette, don't worry. The man is old. which is strange for an old man, and has been hit about the head with a club of some sort. He asks for medicine because he sees shadows, and he calls out, "Anybody help me, please? I need my medicine." Are you going to pop out of the shadows and make yourself known? Or are you going to leave him going, "Help me, please"? Oh, hang on, I just typed medicine into my bot. That's not going to help, is it? That's better. The Guild of Minions and Monsters is very strict about these things. One beholder. They're a supervisor. In more senses of the word than one. Oop. How would... Okay, hang on. Didn't think about this. Of course I didn't. It's a draw-through. I don't plan these things. Why would I plan these things? That would be beneficial. Alright, this is an old man. He's been bashed about the head, so I'm going to give him weird eyes. No, that's October, isn't it? I don't know what's going on with his hair. Or his hand. Why his head is so small. Just wearing tatters. Man does not look in a well state. How do feet work? That's how they work, right? Definitely a foot. It's been hit about the feet as well, don't worry about it. Add wrinkles, that's how you make old. Nah, you get the idea. What do we got? We have 4 votes for the same thing. Has that ever happened before? Have we ever had a unanimous decision on this? Right, what is it? We have, tell him we don't have any medicine on us, but we will take him to our friends at the campfire for aid. So, Beth pops out of the fire. Oh, out of the shadows. You're not in fire, don't worry. And you mention to the man exactly what you just said. Don't have any medicine, but I will go. I'll take you over to our friend. There are some friends at the campfire. We'll look after you. At this point, the man starts wailing and going, "No, no, no, not no, no, none of these, no." He seems to have a bit of distress at any of the other people in this courtyard. Clearly, this person is not meant to be here, as it were. Are you sure the fireside friends will help? Probably not, to be honest. But the man seems some sort of distressed at interacting with anybody else here that isn't going to be immediately friendly. The only other thought was kill him and take his stuff, but you don't want lots of dots typed to you. Look, I get it all the time, don't worry. Yeah, so the man shows visible distress at being taken anywhere near anyone else here. Because you never know, cracked him around the head. Might be one of these people. Your brain is in a very cutthroat space for some reason. That's cool. You don't have any medicine? No. You do? You have spells. I guess restore stamina. That restores your health. I guess it will restore his health. But you only have 17 spells throughout the entire thing. And your job is to save thousands and hundreds of thousands of people by killing the demi-sorcerer. Is it worth wasting one on a single person? We aren't wasting spells on the elderly. That answers that question. This is the hero. Okay, so... in that case, now that he has shown his displeasure at interacting with anybody else here, which I personally think is ever so slightly specious. Oh, I just typed in, I forgot to type in votes. Now that he's done that, what are you going to do? He look hurt or just distraught? He clearly looks like he's been hit around the head. Definitely some head damage going on there. Finishing up your little guys, what happened? We found an old man who's been hit about the head, and he's asking for medicine, but refusing to go anywhere near anyone else in the courtyard. Sort of begs the question, who was he calling out for? I thought this through. Shush. Hang on, let me just book. Sorry, I flicked to a random page and I saw a paragraph that began with the phrase, "The liquid tastes salty." That's not what we're doing at the moment, though. That was a ... See? I'm used to getting ... Wink wonk? Huh? There's plenty of salty liquids that are perfectly fine and nothing to do with what you're thinking of right now. Like a nice salty cocktail. Doesn't margarita have salt around the brim? Sex on the beach, that's salty. Is it from the suspicious bottle? I just can't remember, I didn't bother looking. Hang on, I'm going to look up what's in that suspicious bottle. Just for my own personal satisfaction. Oh, okay. Soy sauce, yes. They're enjoying some nice noodles. Or ramen, I don't know. What do you put soy sauce on? I don't think I've ever had soy sauce. Seeing as we produced a cloth to cover up our lantern friend, would we have any spare fabric to use as a bandage? Yes, but then you wouldn't have any fabric to hide your flame. Unless you wish to tear off one of the many layers of leather that you're currently wearing. You have no medicine, what do you do with the old man? Up to you. And always seeing leather on the elderly. Honestly. The Miss-retirement home for the elderly. No leather, no medicine. Where's the fun in life? If you can't give your elderly leather. He's refusing aid in the form of putting him near friends, and he's clearly not hurt enough to die anytime soon. Hmm? It's now that we find out that our friends were the ones who hit him. I don't know that. Again, I've just sort of skimmed through the book looking for what pages lead to what pages. When this is over, I want to show you the work I put into mapping out this book, because the end of it is just nuts. Like, it's not like, in terms of story, it's pretty sensible, but just in terms of the pages linking to one another. Oh, I had a tough time sorting that out. Anywho, what do we got? We have 1 vote for move along, 1 for apologise, but we can't help, 1 for bye, 1 for prop him up against something and try to find any tracks for him or who attacked. Oh, tracks for him or who attacked him. 1 for sorry mate, I'm not sure what we can do for you. If we find medicine, we'll come back. Okay, flex and move on. So generally speaking, it seems like we're moving along. You do not grammar. No. Ditto. That's 2 for the flexing and moving on. Sorry, mate. We don't know what we can do. So generally speaking, Beth apologizes to the man. Says, I'm sorry. I don't have anything on me. Look, if things get bad, really bad, and you actually, you know, chuck away your morals for 1 second, there are people over there who will help you, probably. Maybe. I've just met them. I don't know. Don't insult Iron Maiden, you'll probably be fine. Yeah, if I find something, I'll come back and help you. Beth then does cheeky little flex, and then moves on. Then walks along the wall. The band or the torture implement? Both. So Beth continues along the wall. I presume you want to continue along the wall, yeah? Rather than somewhere else. So we leave the old man there. Let's update our map, which I forgot to open. So we tried this way, but there were arrows. So we went back this way. We found it's supposed to be wrinkles, not whiskers. I drew an old man. Old man. Simple. Was he a cat all along? No, he wasn't. Is there a cat in this book? I don't remember one, but there might be. So we continue along the wall, I presume, yes? Yes, yes. Wall, of course we choose the wall. Wall, of course. W-A-L-L spells well in my book. What book's that? Spalling for Begunas. How about a snake lady? Is there a snake lady? Maybe? I don't know, my memory's hazy. Sounds like the sort of thing that would be it. Fun fact, what I just said is a joke from the sitcom in which these characters appear. It's said by him. Moving on. So we got the old man and we continue along the wall. Can she be in a cocktail dress? Tell you what, if there is a snake lady in this book, I promise to draw them in a cocktail dress. I'm making that promise having no idea whether or not I'm going to have to fulfill it, but we'll go for it. Right, and we continue to where? I don't know. Here. The shadow of the wall makes it very difficult to see. You could barely make out the silhouette of the old man as you left him behind. He appears not to be crawling towards the group of friends, but instead just continuing to wail. As you walk along the side of the wall, a loose stone slips beneath Beth's feet, and she loses her balance, teetering on the edge of what she realizes must be a very deep pit. Just by a wall. It's chaos. If not, you know what you do this month will be. Oh no. Hello Christy, how you doing? Wall pit! Test your luck! How do you do that? Roll 2d6 and try and match your luck or beneath. There. Clickety clack. It's a 7. You're lucky. Well done. I now need to draw something that isn't going to happen. Bear with me. So, distracted. Is it a bear? No. No. Distracted by the wailing of the, old man. Yes, it's his fault. I didn't die! Hooray! You're saving that up, evidently. The one time you decide not to sneak. This is a very awkward pose. Sorry, Beth. Let's bring it out like that, so it's slightly more sideways, and then have the leg. That. That's how you walk, right? Yeah. Now Beth decided to walk. To her cost, almost. One of these days I'm going to remember how to draw. But not today. What are hands? Baby, don't hurt me. Yep, sure, that's anatomically correct. Not gonna think about that too much. Fortunately. Can our fire friend speak? I don't know, but you certainly feel a connection with your fire friend. You feel something's off. Flame friend. They know what they're doing, even if Beth doesn't. marginally better. So yes, you... What do you do? What page am I on? Oh no, you just avoid it. You regain your footing and step back to safety. Beth can then walk around the pit and continue. That's it. That's what happens. Congratulations on avoiding the first instant death of the game. Not... well, you could have gotten out, but... if you'd made the right decisions while in there, you could have gotten out. But yay! You did that. Hurrah. Hooray for the whims of fate. Like I say, you could have gotten out if you had been sensible while in there, but you didn't have to. So yay. Hooray for not needing to be sensible. That's what I say. Fireman's face. There you go. Yeah. Gonna make that my new profile picture. This is me every time you guys vote for something ridiculous. They do like singing, but it's not appropriate at the moment. So you continue past the pit, unless you want to peek in and see what's there. See you. There's nothing in there. Don't worry about it. So you walk past, and you continue on to the far corner. In the far corner, Beth comes across a peculiar bush with branches twisting out from a central stalk, as if in agony. What a description. The leaves are diamond-shaped, with small berries underneath, flat and tablet-like. I assume they mean like a pill, rather than an iPad. It'd be difficult to swallow, I guess. It's not really a berry at that point, it's a fruit. Yeah. You find some berries. Over here. Just right next to the pit. Conveniently. So there's branches sort of twisting out in agony, I think it said. Is this agonic enough? Agonial? I should reset the vote, because I'm like that. Not really a bush, is it? Don't worry about it. There are diamond-shaped leaves, apparently. That's not a diamond, it's a kite. Or is it like... got those sorts of diamonds. That's just a leaf, it's not worth anything. Etc. Can you identify the berries at all? Beth knows little of berrydom. I actually want to look forwards slightly. This is entertaining, I'm sure it is. Yes, this is entertaining, I'm sure it is. No. Here, hang Nope. Oh. Didn't want that. Evidently, my organizational skills were not as good as I thought they were. Ah, no, hang on. There, no. Oh no, I know where I need to look. Where am I? Yes, here. Yes, cool, good. I know what I'm doing now. Hello. Another unanimous decision. How dare you? How honestly dare you agree? That's not what these are for. What do we got? We have 4 votes for take some berries and some leaves. Make sure we wipe the glove on apron after touching them. Fair enough. So you snatch some berries and some leaves. I'm going to very quickly make some icons for those. It should be straightforward. Yeah, so let's make us some pictures of berries and stuff. Look at those iron-tipped arrows, lovely. Right. Berries actually should be relatively straightforward because I'm just going to do this. Do that. And then give it an outline. Then just oh no, the outline doesn't like that. The outline does not like that. Oh no, what's happened? Oh no! That's a bit better. Beth is much more focused than mind than Pal was. That's true. Right, so that's... Sure, that's that done. That's berries. Save those. Add them to our inventory. Let's see if it updates automatically, because it should do, but it didn't last time. While waiting for that, you have some of the leaves as well. No, it doesn't look like it wants to. Strange. I'll have to investigate. Don't mind me. Just doing the admin. They're shiny. Yeah, that'll do. And these are berry leaves. Goodbye, berry. Yeah, I don't know why that's not automatically updating. I'm going to have to turn it off and on again, aren't I? There it is. There we have some lovely berries. Hello, Dave. Technological solution to all things. The turn it off and on again function. So this is berry bush. See, I can draw that. Can't draw an old man, but that's it. Also, that was in the corner, wasn't it? So, corner. Now, if it won to the old man to determine what they do. I'm not going to stop you. Right. You can see up ahead. That there's nothing between you and the gate to the tower. So, what do you want to do? Now that you've grabbed yourself some berries and some berry leaves. On frothing at the mouth, old man later. See, I have medicine. Definitely medicine. How many berries do we get? 4? I've put 4 in your inventory. Feel free to grab more if you want. I'd say on the bush is a bit old and mangled. There's about 12. Take all 12. Okay, you have all 12 berries. Didn't I have a thing for that? If I put like that. If I do that and then refresh the overlay. I've broken it. Lovely. How is it if I do that? Yeah, that works. Okay. I have recorded that you have 12 berries. In such a way that it does not break my thing, because I think about these things. Now everyone at the campfire can get at least 2. Yay! Right, cool. You are now in the corner of this place. Yes, your campfire friends are here. The hagglers, well, one of the hagglers is there. You got shot with arrows here. There's the old man. Here's the fountain or whatever it is. And here's the door to the tower. Da, 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 da. What do you want to do? You also very cleanly wiped your hands and have no berry or leaf residue. This was supposed to be like sort of cracked tiles, but it did not work. That's a bit better. That kind of works. That's what I wanted to do. You're going to stop being sensible. How dare. Go to door, head to big old gate, still doing a heckin' sneak. That's fair. To be fair, if you still had your flame friend covered, you would have fallen down that hole. Right. So you go towards the gate doing a heckin' sneak. What happens? Let me tell you. Oh, let me tell you. In approximately 10 seconds. In front of you is a large wooden door. Firmly locked. That's it. That's what you see. It's a wooden door. Right, so I need to draw that, apparently. Here is a large wooden door. Perspective not included. Hang on, what? Oh, this piece of music's in 2 videos. If you need an explanation as to what any of the spells do let me know. Again, you have 17 of them to use in your playthrough in its entirety. Unless there's something in the book that heals them or whatever, I don't know. That's how perspective works, isn't it? You were sneaking, weren't you? Don't worry about it. What do we got? We have... It's Kiro. Hello. How you doing? Don't apologise. How dare you apologise? We have... Hit it with our hammer. 1 vote. Perform a knock-knock joke. 1 vote. Use password. 1 joke. 1 joke. 1 vote, sorry. First perform a knock-knock joke, then seriously give the password so we can get in. And stride brazenly to the door and bang with hammer. So... Funnily enough, we've got 2 votes for hit it with a hammer, 2 votes for perform knock-knock joke, and 2 votes for give password. Even though we've only got 5 votes. Hello! Do you remember what the password is, though? There's the thing. So, Beth walks up to the door and says, knock, knock. Nobody replies. It's a very big door. We know, but Beth does because she has been gone a week. Look, you've got to you playing your characters in one of these games. You've got to. It doesn't matter what time transpires in the real world. I don't know any knock knock jokes. I know the meta knock knock joke. The I'll start one. You demand a journal. Well, I'm sure you could find one. Yeah, no one replies. Beth is saddened by this. She likes knock knock joke. She's installed loads of various knocking devices onto the front of her forge purely for that purpose. But you know, needs must. Use fire spell on door. I haven't finished doing your thing yet. So someone give me a knock check. I don't know any. I don't know any that are any good anyway. Okay, knock. Who's there? Wooden shoe. Wooden shoe who? Wouldn't you like to know? Tish is the sound of Beth knocking on the door with a hammer. So yes, Beth grabs the hammer, hits the wood 2 times, and then the metal hinges once for a tish sound. And the door opens. Slowly. On very loud and creaky hinges. And what should stand before you but a person trying to find what page we're on? In front of you stands, in front of Beth, stands a large, brutish creature, supposedly. We'll see. It has a sharp horn in the middle of its forehead, and its skin appears to be armor-plated. It grunts to ask you what you want, and demands the password before letting you in. There is an illustration of this in the book, and they look like they're just having a whale of a time. So I'm going to draw that. Go. A unicorn? I mean, like I say, I've seen a picture of this thing. I could draw a unicorn, I guess. It satisfies the criteria we've read so far. Or should I attempt to draw what it actually is? You can probably tell what it is from the description, but... See, the problem is, I now have to remember how to draw the thing this is. Which, Okay, what this is a fantasy creature that doesn't look like anything you've seen before. That's what it is. That gets me off the hook, right? I like that. This was made by Aardman Animations, don't worry about it. There we are. The wonderful, magical fantasy creature of no name who literally just got up. They were sleeping by the door. And they want to know why you disturbed their sleep. Whatever this is. Miss, can I ask that you you draw this next week? Because I want to know what it is. If you'd be so kind, thanks. I'm going to use you as my passer. Dog apes, ape dogs. Cool. Well, I'm glad you got the rhino bit. I'm pleased with that. Anywho, what have we got? We have 7 votes. That's possibly a high score. For clearly say the password scimitar and flex. 1 for flex and shot scimitar. 1 for flex and clearly say the password semicolon scimitar. And flex while clearly saying the password scimitar. There's a bit of a tie going on here between flex and clearly say the password scimitar and flex and say the password scimitar clearly, but I think for now we can probably brush over that. Right, a man with stubby legs. What was okay. The creature grunts and opens the door to let you in. I presume you want to go in? It'd be a bit weird if you didn't. Okay, you go in. Beth goes in. Let me just check to see that I am on the right track and that I haven't screwed anything up. Hooray! You're in a narrow hallway. The Rhino Man has sat back down on the chair and is continuing to read his book. It's a little bit trashy, saucy romance novel, but you know, it's a guard. It's a loady job. The hallway continues for several meters and ends in a doorway. Halfway along the passage, you can see an archway where some steps lead downwards. It's a junction. We haven't had one of those for a bit. So allow me to, well, let me just show you the junction. So you came in here, that way, and you came along a long hallway. An optical illusion hallway gets narrower. And at the end is a door, or there are some steps leading off to the side. Go downwards. Yep. Yeah. Let me. So, we're indoors. We're not in a courtyard anymore. Hooray! We're actually in the Citadel. How can I draw this in an interesting fashion? Perspective. It's always the answer. Some nice sort of beam work going on. You know, try and make it a little different. Bit of interior decor, why not? What was at the end of the corridor? Just a doorway. Fair enough. And then some steps leading down. There's a nice little doorway here. Or here, roughly the same height. Some steps leading downwards. And a little railing. Which is very nice. I just realised I thought I was being clever with this, but we did this in the first stream, didn't we? This over-the-shoulder angle of the courtyard. Look, I try. The problem is that I try doing the same thing, and I don't get anywhere. That's how ears work, right? Nah, we'd be seeing the back of the ear at this point, wouldn't we? Something like that. Don't worry about it. Also, this perspective is absolutely terrible. This should be like shin height. So, like, Beth should be up here somewhere. Would just be. So here's perspective tip number 17. So our camera, this is the horizon line that I'm going for, which means that everything on this level should be the same if they're on a flat surface, regardless of how far away they are. So this on the door is about where the, I don't know, where the knees would go or something like that. So anything close up should be about the same height. So this should be where Beth's knees are. So here's a view of Beth's knees. I think I've actually drawn Beth from behind. Here's the back of the apron. This is where the leather socks begin. Oh no, hang on, the end of the trousers comes first. Pair of wonderful knees. I'm make no promises. As well you can see. Do you know what I should have done? I should have had here. Well, the hands sort of like start back there. Far too small. This is literally a corridor. Why am I spending so much time drawing this tiny? You can't even see that it's steps leading down anymore. There are steps leading down this way. So go down. Free pizza down here. All night kebab shop. Little neon sign that says open in flashing lights. Sorry, I'm just having a breakdown. Don't mind me. arguably just made it much worse. I'm gonna get this to the point that I don't hate it. We may be here all evening, but it will happen. That'll do. Right.
Brilliant. Also teach us how perspective works whilst you're there.
Sure, you're attempting to fit 3 dimensions into 2 dimensions, and as a consequence you have to decide which orthogonal perspectives vanish or don't vanish, because if you look at something side on, then the vanishing points are out of your periphery, and as a consequence they tend to look like they're straight, but if you actually look at them head on, they vanish, because foreshortening, the lenses of your eyes make things a little worse in that respect. So maths comes in and tries to explain how that works, and it does a pretty good job. Yeah, there you go. Everything's maths. Well, that's questionable. Maths can be applied to anything, probably. But once it is applied, it's not maths. That's the trick, you see. Maths is pure. So the moment you apply it, it becomes physics, or whatever. Right. After all that, what are we doing? Hallway. Let's try and clear a level at a time and Triforce's greatest. 2 votes for that. So what does that mean? Does that mean we want to do the door at the end of the hallway? Or the steps down? We're in a hallway. We're already there. Climb into the ceiling has 1 vote. Go downstairs, hug the railing has 1 vote. Go downstairs, hug the railing has another vote. Take a peek down the stairs. That's 1 vote. You can have a peek down the stairs. Let me have a look and tell you what you see. I don't mind doing that. Is that a whistle? Downstairs you see a door. Exciting times ahead. It goes down a fairly long way. I'll say that, if that helps. Whoever put the take a peek, you're more than welcome to change your vote at this point, unless you've gone away out of boredom. Which I don't blame you. Well, I'm good at everything because I'm the maths man. Beep ba 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 da boo. Beep pi pi ba da boo. It was you and you're not bored. How dare you. So yes, you take a peek down the stairs and there's a door. You can just about make it out down the bottom. There's not a lot of lighting. Speaking of which, how's this lit? Let's put it again. So yeah, what does the top one mean? What would be eye height? Be about there, right? So should put it up. Yeah. It's always very handy to put a reference marker somewhere in your thing, so from perspective you can work out what height things should be. Top woman's door in the hallway. Okay, so we have 2 for door, 2 for stairs. My question remains. My point stands. Go downstairs, check out the majestic door. Okie dokie, we're going downstairs. Right, you head down the stairs and you find a door. What do you find about the door? There's a question. We shall discover together. You follow the stairs downwards. The air becomes cool and stagnant, what with the not much light and going down. At the foot of the stairs is a door. Do you want to open it? I assume you want to open it if you're going downstairs. I mean, you could... I could question you how you want to open it. I spelled that wrong. It's adorable. Right. A meltman. I presume I'm going to have to draw what's on the other side of this door at some point. So here's the door, and here's a Beth. And here's the stairs that I very clearly illustrated by there. There's the railing. Have I been forgetting to draw Beth's teeth? Probably. I always forget something. I have broken the 180 rule in this stream. Or have I? No, I haven't. We've just changed orientation. Beth broke the 180 rule. How dare you, Beth? Right, I'm going to look to see what's behind the door while you're voting and make sure I can do justice to what's happening. Okay. Okay, I think I remember this place. In fact, I remember this place from when I was younger and I played this. I closed the book without putting a bookmark in. That was clever. Right, what are we doing? I'm back. Sorry you're helping your brother cook a meal. Don't apologise. Don't apologise at all. What we have is peek through door, kick in door. I think all of these have one, yes? Yeah. Remove the door from its hinges, figure out which way to open the door without exposing ourselves and gently open it to peek through. Use the handle of our hammer to push the handle of the door down and then the door open. Hug the wall throughout in case of nondescript arrows. It's a wise move. So what? Peek, kick, remove door from its hinges. Figure out which way to open the door. Good luck opening using the handle with your hammer. It's a round handle. That's what I drew anyway. So you. Oh, we have 2 for you. Oh, you. Bad choice. The book tricked me because I asked you what you wanted to do with the door. Because it says, hang on, let me read to you the page that we were on. It says the door is locked. No, hang on. Where is it? It's here. I want you to know that I'm not deliberately trying to annoy you. It says you follow the stairs downwards. The air is called an stagnant. At the foot of the stairs is a door. Do you want to open the door? If so, turn to this. You turn to this and it says the door's locked. They don't ask me if I want to open the door. So apparently the door's locked. You could still use the handle of the door, the handle of your hammer to push the handle. It's just the handle might not survive. The peeking through the door is unfortunately now out of the question. It's the book, it wasn't me. I didn't do it this time. I do plenty of annoying things. This is not one of them. That is still a possibility. So yes, what do you want to do now? You know the door's locked. Now I know the door's locked. What is different between those? Why does my bot not like amalgamating votes? Oh no, that one worked. I'm sure I set up the system. Oh, maybe it doesn't. Oh, maybe it's case sensitive. Did I change that? Maybe. Going through this door even if it means by brute force. Fair enough. So the hinges are internal, so you're not going to be able to do this without in some way breaking the door, but you can still do it because you're pretty strong. Take one of its hinges, kick it, and then go back to the hallway. Love it. I should have started a new vote, really, shouldn't I? I thought this would be simple. There's a door, you can open it. Nope, turns out you can't open it. Break door. Okay. Beth looks for the hinges and finds out that they're internal and decides, you know what, this door, I've seen better quality doors than this. I've made better quality doors than this. And as a consequence, turns her metal shoulder, no, actually the leather shouldered, the leather protected shoulder, which is her right shoulder, towards the door, steps back a couple of paces, and then just quickly shunts into the area where the hinges would be, and the door breaks open and just falls slap bang right onto the middle of the floor. It's off its hinges. Yay, you succeeded. The door is now open and on the floor. Why wouldn't you use a hammer to bash it down? Protect the shoulder? Protect the hammer. Do you know how long it took her to make that hammer? Shoulders heal. Which wants to hurt our shoulder? I did no such thing. Okay, do you want to know the reason I said shoulder? Is because in the book it says you break it down with your shoulder. I am unimaginative. Is that what you're wanting to hear? That's why you swore you thought it would hurt. I wouldn't have done it on such a flimsy voting system if it would have hurt you. Don't worry about that. And let's face it, these books would have done that. That is a sensible thing to be worried about. Hey, do you want to barge this door down with your shoulder? Sure. You lose 7 stamina. You spend 3 hours trying to get the splinter out of your shoulder, at which point guards come along and arrest you. Your adventure is over. And what do you find in the room? You find... Actually, hang on, I will describe in detail what the book says. I'm just having a go at the book at this point. As you hit the door, the wood cracks a little but does not give. You try it again, and this time the wood splits down the middle, and you break your way through the room, into the room behind it, or on top of it. That is apparently what happens. But in our version, the door just falls down. You now stand in a large, round room. It is lit by a single torch. Is the music too loud? Bagpipes. Problematic for audio leveling. It didn't seem appropriate for the setting. Yes, it is lit by a single torch affixed to one wall. There is no furniture in the room. Yay. Save for a rough wooden table and a chair in the centre. The chair is not in the centre of the table, that's just the whole thing. Both of them are in the centre of the room. Hovering above the table, fast asleep, is a very small man dressed in a green shirt and pantaloons. Lovely word. He cannot be more than a metre tall, and you cannot believe that he is still asleep after your extraordinarily noisy entrance. Oh, okay. You hear a creak. No, hang on, you don't. What do you do? Wait. No. Don't worry about it. Okay, so what is it? Large round room, lit by a torch. Single torch fixed to one wall. There's no furniture in the room. Save for the table and the chair. And the man. So let me draw those. And then ask you what you want to do. Man on top of chair on top of table. I guess I can draw that. This is a big old round room. There is an torch here on wall. Yes, if you wish me to read that again, because my sterling voice acting work clearly and very easily conveyed what happened there. But if you wish me to repeat it once more, that's fine. I know I can do it utmost justice. Funnily enough, this chair is made of oak. It's quite old, and it's got a bit of moss on it. Don't worry about it. What was the man described as? It was described as... a small man dressed in a green shirt and pantaloons, cannot be more than a metre tall. Okay, pretty straightforward. Hang on a minute. Did it say old man? Nope, just small. Okie dokie. But is it old? I'm gonna give him big ears. For no reason. And a mole. You're a bit bigger than that, my friend. Righty-ho, what are we going to do? Now that I have drawn this excellent scene that was very clearly described to you. Right, we have one vote for Wake Up That Float Man, or the Float Man, sorry. One for See a Floating Man Can Hold Your Weight, Climb Into His Lap. Into. Not onto, into. And one for Poke Man with the End of Hammer. So generally speaking, you seem to want to bother the Float Man. You step into the room, readying your hammer and or climbing face. Wake him up from the safety of not in the same room. Too late, you're outvoted. As you step into the room, you hear a creak and turn to your right, just in time to see a small catapult fire some sort of missile straight at you. It's going for your face! What are you going to do? Luckily I drew this way, so I can draw the catapult here. Boom! Although, well done, Dark. You're a little bit late, but well done. That's how you walk. There's a little catapult over here. It's hidden in the shadows behind the door. Duck, dodge, dive. I'm gonna guess it's a catapult like this. And some sort of projectile is flying directly towards your face. Dip, tuck, dodge, dive. Dip. Yes, we have duck, we have dodge, we have catch. Bold move. The music is now very quiet. The bagpipes have ended, apparently. Another one for dip. So you dodge out of the way. Well, you try to dodge out of the way, at the very least. Unfortunately, your reflex is just not good enough. As I was saying that, I forgot what page I'm going to. I'm competent. There we are, okay, right. You try to duck. She tries to duck. Beth tries to duck. But unfortunately cannot avoid the full impact of the missile directly to the face. She braces herself, waiting for perhaps for some sort of reaction to take place as it splatters across. But the mushy liquid merely drips off of her face and onto the ground. Cautiously, she tests it. First with the finger, and then with the tongue. You've just been hit by a tomato! A ripe tomato at that. Yeah, I know. Tomato. How dare. The indignance of it all. The little man seems to have been observing all of this. Your performance wasn't that bad. Fozzie Bear. The little man appears to be watching all of this with single eye open. It seems they weren't quite so as asleep as they look, looking you straight in the face. A wide grin spreads between the creature's ears, and then he disappears. Oh no. No, I'm not. Okay, I'm going to read this in a very posh English accent in order to get away from the voice that it's trying to make me do. Okay. Good morning to you, says the chirpy little voice behind you, behind Beth, and she swivels around to see him standing there, still grinning. I am O'Shamus, the leprechaun. He chuckles and holds out his hand. He seems friendly enough. Do you want to shake his hand? Let's put that back, and I'm just going to copy this, and then get rid of you. Do an Irish accent. I'm not going to do an Irish accent. Because I can't do an Irish accent. The only thing I know about the Irish accents, is that the difference between a Northern Irish accent and an Irish accent is that Northern Ireland is Ireland, and Ireland is Ireland. That's the difference. That's the only thing I know, and that people from Northern Ireland say "mer" instead of "mirror." That's it. That's all I know, and I'm not going to attempt it. Right. So Beth has gone from looking up to looking at the middle, and now looking down. I have family who moved to Ireland rather than Ireland. Well, Northern Ireland. To be sure, let's shake his hand. Every opportunity where it expects me to do an Irish accent, I'm just going to do something completely different. I'll do a Cornish accent any day of the week. Irish, no. We swapped hands. We now have some tomato sort of dribbling down. The catapult is gone, don't worry about it. What did this person look like? Okay. Big old nose. Big old wobbly nose. Because that's what leprechauns look like, right? I just realised I gave it a ponytail. Yay! That's what I do. Imagine he's actually got quite big feet for his size. Alright, what are we doing? 1 for don't shake. 1 for shake his hand top of the morning to you. 1 for capture his ass. I'm not aware of a donkey in the vicinity. And 1 for shake his hand top of that morning to ya. Top of the morning to ya. It's American accent. This is suddenly an American. So that's 3 for shaking the hand. You shake his hand. What happens next is your fault. Not America. Beth grasps his hand and introduces herself. And cries out. Tenses. How do these things work? As the nerves down her arm go numb, Seamus bursts out laughing in a very posh accent. This was the right hand, which means you lose 1 skill point because your arm has now gone numb. He shook ya. Beth becomes angry, but the little man continues to shake your hand and laughs. The laugh suddenly starts coming from behind you, and you look around to see him floating in the air, grinning, but you're still shaking his hand? Or is she? You. She. I'm gonna flip between those a lot. Apologies. In fact, she now realizes she's frantically shaking hands with the stuffed dummy, which is flopping around on the end of her arm as she shakes it. She throws it to the ground, but it's stuck to her hand. The situation is getting ludicrous, and she's becoming very angry. Just a little joke, says the leprechaun, who snaps his fingers. The dummy disappears. Now what can I do for you? He's being an idiot. Or he's being a leprechaun. That's probably more accurate. Repurposing old artwork. Great. Yeah, seems a bit harsh, but you lose 1 skill point. If you ever get a chance to rest, that'll recover. It's only a temporary thing. And now I save that. See if it updates. If it doesn't update, I upgrade. Upgrade? Turn off and on. Yes, what are you going to do now? Yeah, did I explain that at all well? I remember that being really freaky when I was a kid. The idea of somebody in front of you, you're shaking their hand, they're laughing, and then the laugh starts coming from behind you, and you turn around, and then you turn back, and you're shaking hands with a dummy, and it won't come out of your hand. I remember that just being really weird. Explain our situation to the new leprechaun friend. Finger guns. Difficult to finger gun when your arm is numb. Oh, did you know that the word leprechaun comes from the word that, stooping that, which was the demoted version of that of the Longhand, who was the Irish patron god of all the arts and crafts. Interesting. If anybody's watching the stream and wanted to know what that was, read up in chat. If anybody's watching the VOD, scroll back a bit. Scrub back a bit. Have music end? No. That always happens. Every time. It's just, I never want to attempt to pronounce words that I don't know how to pronounce. Particularly words that may have some sort of cultural significance to places of which I'm not familiar. And I don't know an awful lot about Irish history, so...
La Lamfada.
La Lamfada, apparently. Which means that it's definitely not pronounced like that. Let me for it. Okay, what are we doing? All the votes come in just as I stop drawing. Actually, how long is this scene? What are we on at the moment? Oh, we're here. I really should put the bookmark sticking out of the book. It's much easier to find. Okie dokie. What are we doing? We explain our situation to the new leprechaun friend and ask if he wishes to help. Ask if he knows what the berries are. Tell him we can help him get back at whoever locked him in the basement of a tower, or all of the above. This is the worst tiebreaker. We need one more vote to break this tie. Okay, I vote for all of them. Damn it. Chloroform the leprechaun, then step on him. You do not have any chloroform at your disposal. And given what happened when you tried to shake his hand, I wouldn't advise attempting to chloroform. None of these are exclusive except the one Try just did. Okay. So that's a point. That's fair enough. Leave, acquire chloroform, and come back. Okay, so let's do those things. Where yes, okay. And now ask about... Oh, they're changing. So many things are changing. Okay, ask about the locked door. Has two. That's new. Explain our situation. Ask if he knows what the berries are. Tell him if we can help him get back at who locked the room. Okay, so you ask him why... I assume you mean the door that we just broke. Yes? Yes? I assume so. It's the only locked door we've come across, I guess. No, the other locked door. There's another locked door? Why did I ask if there isn't another locked door? My brain is melting at this point. Okay. Oh, I also changed the bot to repeat blue hearts as well, because I noticed it didn't do that. Okay, so you say, ask him about the door you just broke, and he says, I updated it for blue, yes. He says, oh, that, yes. This is a little test of mine. I feel vindicated in playing around with anybody who wishes to break down somebody else's door. They get what's coming to them. It was locked from the inside. Shame about that. I'm sure I can fix it up. He clicks his fingers, and the door, boom, is back up where it started. So that's good. Unless it's locked, in which case that's less good. Anyway, you then explain yourself and what you're doing and why you're doing it. And hang on, let me have a look at the book. I want to make sure I'm not going to contradict things that might be coming up soon. Where is the thing? Here it is. Yes. So he says, projectile vomit on command into his face. Is that a skill Beth has? Part of me says yes, part of me says no. I imagine she likes a raucous time at the tavern, but at the same time, whether or not she can do it on command. You like that the plank friend looks like gear? Gears of War? I don't know what that is. Anyway, so you explain the situation and ask for help. Actually, you do the other ones first because they make sense to do first. You take out some berries and you say, "Hey, I found these in the courtyard. Do you know what they do?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, I know them. They restore your fighting ability if you've lost any. So if you're having any lingering problems with your arm after my little joke, feel free to pop one of those in your mouth and you'll be fine." Then we can get back at whoever locked him in the basement. You can say that, and he says, "Yeah, I locked the door. I just said that. Just said that I locked the door. Don't worry about it. You're a bit slow. It's fine. Good fodder for me." Yeah. Has the music stopped? It's bloody music, honestly. Adrian von Ziegler, your free music. How dare you? Let's just go to the next one. There we go. It's that song again. And then you say, "Okay, we're here. We're here to find Balthus Dire. Don't suppose you could tell me where he is." And he says, blah, 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 blah. Oh, I did the thing with the bookmark again. Where is it? There it is. He says, "Oh, I wouldn't go this way if I were you." No?
We're here. We're queer.
As you do. He says, "I wouldn't go this way. These are not pleasant parts." He gestures behind him. Hang on, what? The quotation marks in this paragraph are just wrong. So, confused me a little bit. Let's read it as it's supposed to be. "These are not pleasant parts. These 3 doors are the only ways onwards. 2 of them are very dangerous, and 1 of them is very smelly." He gestures to the opposite side of the room, where there are 3 doors on the wall. One has a brass handle, one has a copper handle, and one has a bronze handle, which is going to be very easy to denote in my monochromatic drawing system. But he says, I wouldn't go this way. This is not the way you really wish to go forwards. I'd turn back and find another way to go if I were you." Right. So, in summary, after all that, he says that the berries will heal our loss of skill, which I have to refresh because it's not working. There it is. he says that you wouldn't go through any of these doors. Terrible idea. 2 of them are dangerous and 1 of them smells very bad. I definitely thought of this. Prior to drawing this room. Okay, so that, hang on. What was it? There was a brass handle door, a copper handle door, and a bronze handle door. And I need to get some more information. Okay. So this is this handle here. That is made of bronze. This big old chunky thing is made of brass. And this little circular one is made of copper. Bronze like a hammer! That was the wrong book. Although, good memory. Kind of. One of them has a star painted on it, what the other is a moon, the last one's blank. I can do that. There's a star. One has a moon. The other one is blank. In jokes, but why I chose to identify them by the handles. It's Leprechaun. He likes playing tricks. That's what they do. You'll have to wait like 5 draw-throughs until we meet that character. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. What are we doing? So yes, in summary, he says berries are good for skill. We should turn around and walk back if we want to find where we're going to, and some of these doors are dangerous and one of them is smelly. We have, is that 3 votes? My resolution for this is not good. It is 3 votes. Hooray. 3 votes for back to main hallway and 1 for ask for phone number. Those are not mutually exclusive, so you ask him for his phone number, he says what a phone, and then you leave. And you walk back up the stairs, and you return. So here is the round room, 3 doors, like that, and the leprechaun. Oh, siamos. So we went down here. We were hit by, we did lots of stuff, and then we came back. And now we're going to go that way, apparently. Next time, on the Citadel of Chaos. Well, I think it's a mixed bag. We've got some berries. We left an old man to die. And lost some skill points. You win some, you lose some. Mostly lose. Pretend to call the leprechaun on your phone as you cry and you ascend the stairs. Beth pulls out some of the leaves from the berry bush and lifts them to her ear and starts talking. She's confused as to why she's doing it, but she feels compelled to do so. This is what you do to these characters. You make them do things they wouldn't ordinarily want to in the Chaos Brain cell. Maybe I should take away that rule of mutually exclusive options can happen in concurrence. Maybe that's a bad idea. That's it. She's good. She's been hit in the face by a tomato. She's very confused. There was the whole dummy thing. I really want to stress how much that freaked me out as a kid. I don't know why. There's nothing intrinsically freaky about it, but the idea of the laughter suddenly coming from behind you, and then the thing you were shaking the hands with is now a different thing, and you can't get it off yet. The whole thing just weirded me out. Depends on the options. I guess so. But I try not to be too selective about this because it's not my playthrough, you know what I mean? I want you guys to have... You guys usually make it the most fun. So... when I try and pick and choose, it gets boring. So... anyway, I hope you all had as good a time as you can, given what happened. I hope you learnt a little thing about perspective and trusting people under 1 meter tall. That's not true. You shouldn't judge people by their appearances. Yes. It's been oddly pedestrian up to this point, hasn't it? Well, there we go. Apart from the disembodied voice and the arrows, I guess. And the hole, which you managed to avoid. I do want to stress, you did avoid the game's first instant death, which is good. Plenty more where that came from.
Viva la Chaos Brain Cell.
Indeed. Thank you for coming along. Tomorrow we continue with Sekiro. There they are, with their sword in the wrong hand. It fit better on the thing to flip it. Yeah. Tomorrow more Sekiro. Thursday, the Gourd game. Yes, indeed. Then Thursday, I presume, should be Nether's Day. We're done with the draw through now, I believe. So I don't know what. Ustream, yeah, chip stream, hooray! I believe actually before that, Dark may be streaming. I saw in the Discord. Yes, Dark said they're going to be streaming after this, so I should probably do this. Stop talking, really. Yes, so Sekiro tomorrow, Dark in a bit. Chibi possibly Thursday if they wish. Parsnip stream twice per week, but we also stream it on Wednesdays. You should probably know that by now, unless you're reading this backwards for some reason. Why are you doing that? Yeah, I wrote that. I never know what to write, so I just write what comes to my head. Remnant with you Thursday, Chief. Remnants. Ooh, cool. So yeah, Thursdays, whatever's happening with Chip. Friday, not a sausage. Saturday, creative stream. No idea what we're gonna do. Maybe, yeah, we do music. I need to finish some music. That might be, I don't know, starting writing a piece of music is probably, I've done that enough times on the stream. Maybe we should finish writing a piece of music. Is that less interesting? Probably. You can try that last time streaming that game didn't go well. Anywho, I'll work stuff out, don't worry about it. And then Sunday more Sekiro, and then Tuesday this again. Hooray! Where you go down the well-perspectived corridor. Yes. Thank you for coming along and enduring my awkward slow pace. We didn't really get an awful lot done today. I drew an old man, I drew a bit of a bush, a corridor, and then a scene with a leprechaun. Yeah. Thank you for coming along. Have a wonderful time. Enjoy yourselves. I'll see you tomorrow for Sekiro. If not, have a good time doing whatever it is you're doing elsewhere. Goodbye.